All right. Well, I'm going to answer the question of what is family life education, because I know that that is something that I didn't know what it was until I took this class, to be quite honest. I had a good idea, but this class and really this reading this week has opened my eyes. So the definition is using information about healthy family development within a preventive family systems perspective in order to teach knowledge and build skills so that people and families may function at their optimal level. Um, and that was in the reading this week. So, as family life educators, we prevent and educate individuals and families relevant to the 10 family life education content areas. Excuse me. Those are families and individuals in social contexts, internal dynamics of families, human growth and development across the lifespan, human sexuality, interpersonal relationships, and parenting education and guidance, family resource management, family law and public policy, professional ethics and practice, family life education methodology. So there's a lot of different areas, 10 to be exact, that we as family life educators cover and that we talk about, that we help prevent problems from occurring, and that we educate people on. When I think of the word prevention, you are stopping something from occurring. Um, we learned earlier this semester that there's 3 levels of prevention, and really family life education is the first level and the second level. The first level is informing somebody of a problem before they even start to form that habit. And the second level is to stop somebody who has started a habit that could potentially become harmful. So that's the 2 prevention areas that we focus on. The third prevention is later. It's later in the habit, and so we have to turn those to the family therapists and other professionals. When I think of the word prevention, I think of the first step in the learning model, which is preparation. The learning model is something that I've become over the course of my schooling, I've learned to love it, is what I should say. We prepare every week for our classes. I don't know how many people have taken classes on campus, but I had the opportunity to, and many of my classes, we had to prepare on campus by reading the text before we went to class. And most classes had a quiz to take, and that was usually due before class started every week. And so prevention is really similar. We're preparing, or we're preventing, we're informing ourselves of the information beforehand so that as life goes on and we are faced with that trial and that problem in our life, that we can know what to do, and that we don't just know the very basics, but we learn during that trial and that that step in our life, we know how to handle it differently, and we learn more in depth on it. There is a difference between family life education, family therapy, which is what I just mentioned, and family case management. Family life education, as I said, is preventing and helping families build knowledge and skills. We're educating these people on family knowledge and skills. Family therapy is helping families repair relationships and functioning. Again, this is the third step of prevention. And then family case management is helping families comply with legal and policy systems and locate resources. So again, this goes beyond us. However, all three of those, family life education, family therapy, and family case management, we all have the same goal, and that is to build strong, healthy families. I'm going to skip down to, I wanted to briefly discuss the 5 levels of family involvement. The first and fifth, I'm not going to touch on because I'm running out of time, but those are outside of our mission. Level 2 is information and advice. Level 3 is feelings and support, and level 4 is brief focus intervention. In this class, we should mainly be on between levels 2 and 3, and I really liked in level 3, it says in our reading somewhere, it says that we are able to listen empathetically, probe gently for feelings and personal stories, create an open and supportive group climate, engaged in collaboration, problem solving, and tailor recommendations to the specific situation of the parent or family member. And I feel like that is, at least with the family relations, that is what we've done with the intake summary. We've learned, we've listened, and then we've also learned through this course how to teach properly and how to interact with our with our patients or our participants. Being a family life educator also means that we have rules and regulations that we need to follow. Of course, there's legal rules such as reporting any abuse or any if you suspect abuse at all, we are to report that. And then there's also ethical rules such as not teaching them or forcing them to try something that is against their cultural beliefs, and also taking into consideration of their developmental level. There's a lot of other ethical rules that we need to be aware of and keep. The last thing that is essential for family life education is the assessment. And this is just pretty much how we see if how we are doing with our job. It is our job to prevent and educate and inform these people. And through the assessments that we have, we're able to make sure that we're doing our job correctly. We can see the areas that we're the strongest at and the areas that we're the weakest at, and the ones that we need to change. And just remember, assessments are always tough, but remember, we can't get better unless we get these assessments and we see our flaws and we change. And that's with anything, not just in this class and in family life education, but that's with life in general. We can't get better unless we know personally what we need to improve on. Sorry, it's a little long.